Bam! Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons, and we're thankful for those of you who are watching us, especially those who are watching us on the replay. We appreciate those of you watching us on demand, both on YouTube or on Twitch or on Roku via Tiki Live and the Phoenix Entertainment Group channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, for those of you who are recent watchers and viewers, this is the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, Minister Jonathan Simmons, and we have a great lineup of sports talk because lots of stuff going on. We got the NBA playoffs, we got the NFL camps opening up. It is just sports palooza. Major League Baseball's on and popping. We got Tampa Bay, ripping off a long win streak. The over here in Atlanta, the Atlanta Braves doing well. So yeah, lots of great sports talk going on, and we're going to let you guys be a part of it. I'll pop this up here for those of you who are on social media, on YouTube primarily. Check this out. You can actually be a part of the show. That's right. You can be a part of the show. Here's how it works. All you have to do is bump, up, bump, up, bump, bump. If you click on this link on your cell phone or on your laptop, you will find that you will be able to actually be a part of the show. Now, it works just like Zoom. So if you want to kind of come on and be in a situation where you're like, hey, listen, I don't want to kind of put my I don't want to put my face on. I just want to do the audio thing. No problem. Use your avatar and you can pop right up. But that's the link right there. Put it on your phone and bingo bango, you will be a part of the broadcast along with us. So that's what's happening. Please follow the show anywhere on social media. Please. You see it right there. Real Talk Sports, the number 7. I say you follow the show. You want to follow me personally, I'm at Minister J Sim. You can see it right there. You can follow me. That's our handle on Instagram or on Twitter. But we're momentarily banned on Facebook. Still trying to figure out what's going on with that. So hopefully we'll be back on with Facebook sooner rather than later. Well, guys, when we do this show, we always have two great people to join us when they are available. One is a not one, but two-time Super Bowl champion. He is also a proud member of the Fort Valley State Sports Hall of Fame. He is a guy that played in the NFL for over a decade and now is a motivational speaker and also a great trainer as well. Well, he's just a really good guy. Mr. Tyrone Poole is back in the building. Tyrone, sir, welcome back.
How you doing, Jonathan? Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for joining Real Capital R, Capital E, Capital A, Capital L, Real Sports.
That's what I'm talking about, boys. Real Talk Sports is in the building. Remember, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. It's Real Talk Sports TV. We're doing some great stuff there. And also follow us on social media at Real Talk Sports, the number 7. That's where you can follow us. So check us out, guys. There it is right there, doing a little shameless advertising. Tyrone, hey, man, it's good to be back in the building, sir. No doubt about it. It's good to be back here. Great weekend of sports. And even right now, as we speak, we have NBA playoffs going on right now as the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers are slugging it out here in game number 5. And I just got some bad news for you people who are like me, a native New Englander. It does appear that the 76ers don't want to hear none of it. Sixers are up 40-26 early in the first part of the ball game, up in I guess like the second quarter. Let's check it. Yep. Second quarter, Philadelphia's up 40-26. Tyrone, what do you think about that? That's kind of a shocker, isn't it?
Well, honestly, when you get to this point of any sport in the playoffs, team chemistry is what wins games. And, we've heard about the Boston Celtics, how late in the fourth quarter, I got to say this joke. It just, all the Atlanta fans, back in the day. Don't do it. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm not gonna
Go ahead. You want to roll now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Falcons would lose the doggone lead in the fourth quarter, man. Come on. We got the game won. So the Celtics are kind of like that as well. They play good, and then the fourth quarter, some kind of way they don't finish it. Now, chemistry. You got your shades on, man? I don't think I'm throwing no shade there. Hey, anybody out there think I'm throwing shade? Come on and say Tyrone throwing shade, or say Tyrone is preaching the truth, or preaching
the truth.
The Falcons.
It is.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Football stuff for later, but The who that anybody pinged in? I thought somebody pinged in and said I was telling the truth. But the when it comes down to the playoffs, this is the time when team chemistry wins games. Okay. And right now the Philadelphia 76ers got some chemistry working for them. Okay. You got a big man in the middle, kind of like back in the day. You know, you got the big guy in the middle, and the defense collapse on the big guy, and then all of a sudden he dishes it out to an outlet to a good jump shooter, and then boom. So it puts stress on the opposition defense. Are we going to play everybody down low? Or are we going to go out and play zone? Or are we going to play man? So the 76ers, I think they have good chemistry going right now. Harden, you know, now when he wants to shoot that ball, he can shoot that ball with the best of them. And then you got a big man in the middle. So it's like they have some good team chemistry going. And I think if they keep that formula going, they will always be in the game. And don't forget the pick and roll. The pick and roll, that's probably like Curtis Blow would say. Curtis Blow say, basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Well, I like the pick and roll, But yeah, 76ers. And, you know, I'm kind of changing my tune a little bit. I did go with the Celtics. Now, I'm going to stick with the Celtics, but man, the 76ers are making it hard. They're making it hard.
Hey, man, well, guys, you know, I picked them a sentimental thing because even though I went to school in Boston, grew up in New England, because they knocked the Hawks out, I was feeling some kind of way. So I wanted 76ers to win. And right now, like I said again, 76ers are rolling with about 9 minutes to go in quarter number 2. But you know, in the NBA nowadays, Tyrone, no lead is safe. And the key really is if you go to any press conference, all these guys say the same thing. Well, you know, it's a make-miss league. That's their favorite statement. It's a make-miss league. And right now, that's the story of this game. 76ers are blistering right now. They're shooting 60% from three-point range. Excuse me, just jumped down to 55% from three-point range, 57% from the floor overall. Meanwhile, the Celtics shooting only 42% from the floor, 36% from three-point range, and that's really the difference in this ball game. You look at these numbers, and that's really it. Jason Tatum 0 for 3 from three-point range. Al Horford, one of the better shooters from 3 points, 0 for 2 from three-point range. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, the 76ers, they're lighting it up. Tyrese Murray, 3 of 4 from 3. He has 11 points to lead all scorers right now. And James Harden looking like he got an MVP flashback, man. 4 or 5 from the floor, 1 of 1 from three-point range. He's got 4 rebounds and 4 assists already as we are midway through the second period, man. So yeah, at the end of the day, that the thing that's very interesting is that it's almost like they've gone away from the big 3 to the big 2. It's like James Harden and Joel Embiid are like that. Hey, we both form MVPs, bro. We're gonna make it do what it do.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You know, then you add in, sprinkle in, and inject a little bit of Doc Rivers, man. You know, Doc Rivers, I think he's a very great coach. You know, people,
Yes.
you know, yeah, he did it with the Clippers. Everybody remember back in the day, you know, he was with the Clippers, did it good with them, and he's just a great guy. Doc Rivers, even when he played here in Atlanta, he was one of those guards, man, where he really, I believe, tried to study the game. And I, being, you know, from LaGrange, Georgia, right here, I watched the Hawks. I remember the Falcons and all that red. I'm like, the red helmet, the red jerseys. I'm like, so much red, I thought my TV was bleeding. But no, Doc Rivers, a great coach, man. And like you said, he got Joel Embiid. I'm like, the defense has to respect him. So when he gets the ball, they got to put 2 people on him. Okay, now James Harden, like I said, he's a very good shooter. When he's hot, he's hot. Now his defense, you know, it kind of suspect, but offensively, yeah, James Harden, he'll shoot your lights out with that left hand. So again, that's why the 76ers percentage is so high, because I think they spread the court. And then they got a big guy down low, so it makes it tough, man. So the Warriors, you know, they brought in, okay, you got to defend the arc. You got to defend the arc because we're going to shoot your lights out in 3-point shooting. Now, I think the Sixers have gone back to, like you said, alluded to, Jonathan, instead of the big 3, the big 2. We're going to have a big guy down low. You know, we're going to have that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar down low. We're going to have that Patrick Ewing, which the Knicks tried to do. Patrick Ewing, and they just couldn't find that person on the outside to really light it up. But of course, they had the Bulls and the Celtics to run into, so in the Detroit Pistons. But again, the big 2, big guy down low, and then you have a guy who can just shoot it out from the outside, man. That's a tough offense to defend.
No doubt, man. And at the end of the day, James Harden, like I said, playing the way he played with his MVP in the 2 wins that the Sixers have, this is unbelievable. James Harden has a total of 87 points. He dropped 45 in the first game they won, 42 in the second game, and on top of that, still dished out over 15 assists combined those 2 games. I mean, the guy is just basically right now, he's like the old James Harden. He's unstoppable. And if the Celtics can't find a way to get a handle on James Harden, they might be out in 6.
Yeah.
Of course, the game's not over.
Yeah.
No, we're still good. We're just in the first half. And like I said, we know in the NBA, things happen suddenly. Let's take a look at the West. You mentioned the Warriors. Warriors now on life support after a stunning, shocking upset. As the Los Angeles Lakers, led by a guy off the bench who had not played hardly any minutes in postseason. He dropped 15 points. Lakers pull out a 104-101 victory over the Golden State Warriors and now are up 3-1.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, and see, I think what the Golden State Warriors are missing, again, I alluded to the outside shooting. They were going to make you defend the arc, okay? Now it's only about 2 of them, so to speak, so versus when even Draymond Green, he's a real hard player down low, but still, like, I don't think he's that fearing guy that you would think down low. He's a great power forward, I believe, but that guy that's down, that commands and just occupies that paint offensively, I don't think he's that guy, and I think that's what they're missing. On the other hand, you got the Lakers. I'm like, they, of course, they won 104 to 101, and even the score doesn't dictate exactly how the game was played. It's kind of like any sport. Sometimes the team that is ahead, they're trying to run more of the clock out so that the game can end quick. And then you got the opponent that's behind just making up points. But those points really are given without any type of opposition, if that makes any sense. Kind of like a better example, football. The score. It may end up being 24-21, but really it was over when it was 24-10. The offense that the team that had the highest score, they basically were just trying to run out the clock, and the other team was just throwing the ball, doing anything they could to try to catch up. So, but anyways, the Lakers, man, they're looking good. Can LeBron, finish out and win another title? I don't know. Still some pretty good teams left in the West.
What do you got, man? If you take a look at Los Angeles, what the key was last night really was LeBron James, obviously still being LeBron James, logging almost 43 of the 48 minutes, and numbers that just don't make sense for a guy that's 38, 39 years old. 27 points. He had 6 assists and 9 rebounds. Anthony Davis finally playing like he played a couple years ago when they won in the bubble. 23 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 blocks. But the big key was off the bench. Unheralded Lonnie Walker IV played 27 minutes, but the biggest 12 minutes he played was in the fourth quarter. 6 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 3 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the foul line, 15 points from Lonnie Walker IV, and the Warriors had no answer for him. And of course, the other problem was the Splash Brothers weren't splashing too much last night. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson combined for probably one of their worst games in shooting in the time they have been in postseason play. Curry, 3 of 14 from three-point range. Klay Thompson, 3 of 9, a combined 6 of 23 from three-point range, which is just under 25%. For the game, the Warriors, who are normally one of the better three-point shooting teams in the league, only 29% from the floor from three-point range, and that really was the end of the ball game. Splash Brothers not hitting anything last night. But one thing we got to hit on before we go is we want to introduce one of the most beautiful women in sports talk, TV, or radio. We simply call her the Queen. Tree Dolman is in the building. What's up, Queen?
How are you doing? Hi, everybody. I am so sorry for my tardiness. I've been having the most technical difficulties ever.
Hey, but good news. It's worth the wait because you be looking dazzling, Queen. Matter of fact, look at my shades on. She's so bright
Aw.
and shiny. Ooh,
Thank you. You're so kind.
gone. All right, guys, listen. We don't want you to go anywhere because we have some new things happening. But if you want to find out, you have to keep it locked right here at the Real Talk Sports Show and take a listen to our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, and thank you. Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net. All right, guys, we are back here, and we're going to be doing something a little different tonight. Anytime we have a queen, you know, the queen has her own court. So tonight, the queen's court will begin, and we're going to turn it over to the lovely Miss Tree Dolman. Take it away, Tree.
Hello, everyone. So we are going to have our Queen segment where we will talk about different athletes, different entertainers that are doing positive things in the community. You guys know that I love giving back. Giving back is a big part of my life. That was the easiest part of competing in a pageant, and winning the crown is my passion for our community. And one thing that I love about our sports show, Real Talk Sports, we're talking real talk. And a lot of times you just hear where people like to focus on negativity with athletes, or they expect athletes to be superhuman. And that's why I always remind people that these athletes are human. They're real people. They have personal lives, they have issues that they're dealing with, as well as what they're supposed to do on the field or the court that they're getting paid to compete on. So we are going to talk about different athletes, entertainers that are doing great things in the community. Today, I'm just going to highlight on a few entertainers and athletes that are doing great things in the community, and then we'll go into more depth later and on different dates. But a couple that really stand out to me that I would love to just highlight on is the first one is Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose started the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy in Detroit, Michigan. And with his school, it is a free charter school, and you have to come in as a freshman. So even when he started, he only took freshmen. You can't transfer in from another school. You have to do all 4 years at the Jalen Rose Leadership Academy. And when you exit, you do get college credits as well. You get guaranteed acceptance into a school, I believe it's Marygrove College in Detroit, Michigan, where these children are entering a student and exiting a leader. I love that he's doing that. It takes a lot of money. He does a golf tournament every year to raise funds for his school and different programs that he has. Right now, he's looking to get a different building because the gym that they have is not actually a gym fit for a high school. It used to be an elementary school that they turned into a high school. So all of their home games have to be played at a different location, which of course is a disadvantage for the kids that go to the school playing different sports. They don't even get to practice in their gym or play games in their gym, and that's a little weird. So I'm happy that they're doing that. And then the second person I would like to highlight is LeBron James. We all know that he has his academy, his school. And the thing that I love about his Promise Academy and Promise School is that he also has housing. So if you're a child, your mom can stay there with you, but if you don't have a place to stay, you can get accepted and stay there and learn. And the rules, if you've never read what his promises are for the teachers, the students, everyone that attends, please go ahead and read them. He has books for the kids. It's a really wonderful environment. And it's really good that these kids feel love, they feel support, they're getting the education. And these are the main two people that I would like to highlight, because education is key. And regardless of what people think, when you have education and when you learn, that's something that no one can take away from you. It's also the biggest difference between financial stability in different societies. So when you have education, a lot of times it's the people with education that make more money. And so the fact that we are having these schools that have been started by a former NBA All-Star and a current NBA future Hall of Famer, it just really speaks volumes of what education really means and what education stands for. So that's what I would like to highlight on today. And do you have any questions or any comments, Tyrone or Jonathan? Anything that you would like to say in regardless to these two amazing NBA players that are doing great things for the community?
Does Jalen Rose have any other partners or people that join forces with him to make the academy go?
He does. He has partners that partner with him. He does not do all of it by himself.
What type of partners? Who is anyone in particular? Any big companies that maybe the NBA themselves join?
No, it's not the NBA. It's just different individuals. I don't have their names in front of me, but I can look that up.
And there's Jalen Rose right there. Yeah, he was. He made me feel good, Tree. Now he's younger than me, but he mentions that people are teasing about he dyes his gray hair, and he said, "Look, I'm gonna dye my hair as long as I want to dye. I'm good to go." Same thing with Michael Irvin. They were trying to get him to talk about dyeing his hair, so I feel kind of good because both them gentlemen are younger than me. And yes, folks, I have applied lots of onto there. But yeah, I mean, in Jalen Rose, I think a lot of people, Tree, don't really know that this guy has been through a lot of stuff. I mean, I was listening to him talk about the fact that, Tyrone, can you believe this? They actually, some guy, I guess he never found out who it was. They tried to assassinate him for real. He said he was in a convertible and some guys actually shot into the car, like fired off 9 shots, and he just barely got away. So, I mean,
Did this happen
yeah,
in Detroit? I didn't even hear about that.
no, I was watching, I think it was on one of his podcasts, and he was saying, yeah, he said he was somewhere, and he said his car top was down, and he said he said, I'm from around. He said, so I kind of watched what's going on, and he said these guys had kind of been tailing for a while. They kind of eased up alongside his car, and next thing you know, some said, "Hey, get down!" Pow, pow, pow. Yep, shot into his car. So yeah, he's went through a lot of stuff, and of course, the story of the Fab Five. A lot of people really didn't seem to care for them too much because they were kind of too street. But it's amazing how not amazing, but just great to see how he has taken his experiences and now bring it back to the community. And now, Tree, let me ask you a question: is all this in the Detroit area, or is he doing this in certain spots around the country?
Well, the school, the Jason Rose Leadership Academy, is in the city of Detroit. He has his golf tournament at the golf course, at one of the golf courses in the city of Detroit. So it is all happening in Detroit, and even the new location that he's looking to have, it is going to be in Detroit, I believe.
Okay, and let's see here.
And I do just want to say that I have volunteered. I do my part with I tried to do my part with both schools, but I definitely have gone to the Jason Rose Leadership Academy, and I worked with their volleyball team. I went out to some of their games and supported them and wanted to come back. They wanted me to come back and help them, but I am big on them needing another gym as well. They can't even really practice in a gym because they don't have a gym that will fit a full volleyball court. So I'm happy that he is looking to get a new building, one that will house and hold all of the things that the sports teams need, as well as all of the educational things that the students need. I think that would be big. And I did reach out multiple times to the I Promise School, to their principal. I was trying to go up there and speak to their kids and their young girls and even the young boys and visit them, but unfortunately I didn't get a response back, and I'm not going to beg to come and support. So I'll reach out, I'll try to support. If you welcome the support, then I'll do it. If not, I understand.
Yeah, I know high schools get a little busy. I know in our early days of doing the show, we seem to have some trouble from time to time getting, people to come on. But hopefully, at some point in time they'll be interact with you. Who knows? Maybe come on as part of your segment on the Real Talk Sports Show.
Yes, because I will have some awesome people coming on. I already have people lined up. So you guys stay tuned for the wonderful people that you will see on our show talking about positive things that they are doing in the community.
Well, we're excited, Trina. So let's get it. Let's get it back up here on you here. Let's let people know again how they can reach out to you. Maybe they have like a great story that they want you to talk about. Let's see how we reach you. Go ahead.
Well, if you would like to reach me because you have a great story, you can email me is probably the best way. I don't really check DMs, especially from people that I don't know. But you can email me at Ms. America International 2022@gmail.com and let me know if you or someone you know that is an athlete or entertainer that's doing positive things in the community.
There's right there, guys. And certainly follow her on social media at Purple Diva 13 or at Ms. America International 2022. Yeah, so we look forward to great stuff.
Sorry. Quickly, since we are talking about people doing positive, great things in the community, I cannot take this moment without mentioning my 5K that we have coming up this Saturday. I am so excited. Our Go Great for a Cure 5K in-person event is this Saturday. If you would like to participate virtually, you do not have to be here in Georgia, or even if you are in Georgia and you can't come out Saturday, we have a virtual option where you can participate May 13th through May the 27th. I started this nonprofit organization in memory of my beloved hubby, Chris Dolman, who passed away from a glioblastoma. And this foundation is in place because I am continuing my husband and I's fight. I am fighting for my hubby who is resting in heaven. And so this race is in memory of him, is for him. I appreciate everybody who has already signed up. I appreciate everybody who has already made a donation. I can't tell you how much this means to me, just because this isn't really supporting me. In a way it is, but you're really supporting my husband. And he is still the love of my life, my all and my everything. And I'm fighting for him. We are determined to help find a cure for brain cancer, specifically glioblastoma. We don't want anyone else to lose another loved one to a brain tumor. So this walk and this run is very personal to me. It's very important. There are over 85,000 people diagnosed and living with brain tumors this year. And it is very difficult to treat. There's not many medications out there. So we really need to raise awareness, and we really need to raise funds so that we can find a cure. And if you guys want to support, or if you want to run anything, make a donation, you can do so at runsignup.com/Go Great for a Cure 5K. You can follow us on social media, or just click in the link in our bios. It's on my page, the Purple Diva 13. It's on my Ms. America International 2022 page. It's on our Go Great for a Cure page. So you can find us anywhere, and we look forward to all of the support. Again, this Saturday, we are going to be at the Swanee Town Center running and walking for a cure.
There's right there. You guys saw it. I'll put it up on the screen one more time. Go Great for a Cure.
Yes, thank you.
And before we go to a break, Tree, one of your favorites has got a comment for you. Mr. Todd says simply, Miss Tree is my hero. For
real. Ty, you're so sweet.
Well, guys, keep it locked right here for more, because again, we got more new segments, more breaking things happening on the Real Talk Sports Show. So keep it locked right here, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Thank you.
The day has arrived. It's time to let more people know about your business. You have the right marketing plan and the messaging in place. But do you have the right messenger? Good advertising and promotions need a professional sound so the message can be clearly understood. Don't leave your brand image to chance. Let our team of voiceover experts at CME lend you a hand. Give us a call at 304-8121 to find out how we can partner with you to give your business its voice.
This is your time to get what you want. Go work that thing with Work That Thing supplements.
And the man himself will take the stand in. Mr. Tyrone Poole. It's all yours.
All right. Can anybody hear me? Is that good?
Gotcha. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I know we have some NFL news and some things I want to talk about the NFL, but what I'll do, I'll jump right in. I'm doing a segment. Basically, my segment is just basically what you guys saw, Work That Thing. But my topic is going to be people, athletes, whatever, that are working that thing. So what is Work That Thing? First of all, you got to understand what Work That Thing is. In order to work that thing, you basically have to know who you are, what you have, and what you want to do. So everything that I talk about during my segment is going to be people who are making things happen, teams that are making things happen, okay? Because they're trying to work that thing. They're trying to overcome adversity. They're trying to overcome anything that hinders them. Okay, and that is how you work that thing. So no matter what it is that you're trying to be successful in, you will have to work that thing. So what is your Work That Thing story? So the Work That Thing story today is I'm gonna dive into the HBCU, okay? Still, I think we are not having enough coverage of HBCU athletes being drafted. Okay, it's not just the NFL, it's the NBA, it's the Major League Baseball. What is it about the HBCU schools that people don't get? Now, I'm gonna start with the NFL. All right, looking at the top HBCU football prospects for 2023 draft. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but there was Isaiah Land, a linebacker from Florida A&M. Okay, you mean to tell me he wasn't good enough to get drafted? Wow. Okay. How about an offensive lineman from Arkansas Pine Bluff, Mark Evans II? You mean to tell me he wasn't good enough to get drafted? How about Aubrey Miller, linebacker, Jackson State? He wasn't good enough to get drafted, to get a draft tag. Okay. And I'm not talking about these guys getting picked up as an undrafted free agent. That's not what you want. Okay. Really, undrafted free agent, you're probably not going to make the squad. Let's be honest. Okay. But there are so many guys, Xavier Smith, Florida A&M, Dallas Daniels. Again, there are a lot of great athletes. Okay. But only one person actually got drafted, people. One person got drafted. And actually, he came from Jackson State. All right, I'm going to get to him. But when we think about the NFL and the NBA and all that stuff, out of 244 names called in the 2023 draft, none were from a historical Black college and university. All right. And only with the 28th pick in the 7th round of the final round, okay, it's 245, right? But only 244. That's why I said 244. So 28th pick in the 7th round, in the final round, the New England Patriots, they actually decided to take a player from the HBCU, all right? And they ended up taking Isaac Bowden, a cornerback from Jackson State University. Now, here's the thing that I couldn't get with Isaac Bolton. Isaac Bolton, he started out at Florida State, played some games at Florida State, did real well at Florida State, transferred to Jackson State University. Okay, put up pretty much the same numbers. And you mean to tell me that he, by being at Florida State, playing against the top competition, that he could only muster up a 7th round draft pick? It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. The guy's talented. He had the height, 6'1", 190 something pounds. All right. Did special teams. You got an awesome guy right there. But again, a 7th round draft pick, the only guy picked. Now, there were some guys that, say last year. Let's talk about last year. Okay. Last year was 4 guys that were drafted in the 2022 NFL draft. You had Fayetteville State cornerback Joshua Williams. He actually got some playing time with Kansas City. Okay. And then you had another guy, cornerback Kobe Durant from South Carolina State. You had another guy, James Houston from Jackson State. Jackson State, a lot of good players. 6th round pick actually went to the Lions, the Detroit Lions. That's Tree's favorite team. So, again, got a lot of again, I'm not talking about people who are making the practice squad. Yeah, there are a lot of guys that got picked up on the practice squad. Even one of Fort Valley State's own, Emmanuel Wilson, got picked up by the Denver Broncos. But again, people, myself being in the NFL, the chances of an undrafted free agent making the squad is very, very slim. Now, you can't tell me that these guys are not athletic enough to play with these NFL, or should I say with these other PWI guys. So I'll leave the NFL alone. Okay, let's go to the NBA. The NBA, despite allegation, or should I say, despite the NBA trying to set up potential opportunities for HBCU players, and I would say the NBA, they are pretty much the players of dominant Black athletes. Okay, so but the NBA, they did try to do some things to help HBCUs, and the former commissioner of the SIAC, Gregory Moore, he actually did a lot to try to get the NBA to come into the SIAC, which is the conference here in the state of Georgia, but they have teams in Kentucky and Alabama. But again, the NBA didn't do their job. And to this day, there's only one player on all of these NBA teams, their roster is only one guy from a HBCU, Robert Covington. He's the only guy. Okay. So again, whether it's the NFL or whether it's the Major League Baseball or the NFL, they got to do better. Now let's talk about baseball. All right. Baseball, you know what? They're not doing no better. There's only one guy, Cameron Fields, the only HBCU player chosen. And I'm going to go back to the 2021 Major League Baseball draft, because that's the only, I didn't find anybody in 2023. I didn't find anybody in 2022, 2021. Okay, so what is it? You telling me that these guys are not good enough to actually get drafted and play in these major league sports? I don't know what it is, people. I really don't know what it is. But either way, we need to do better. We need to do better, and we need to work that thing and do better in the NFL. We need to do better in the NBA, and we need to do better in Major League Baseball. We're giving these guys an opportunity, not trying to set up no HBCU all-star game. Put them in the same arena as these other guys from these power schools, or whatever you want to call them, the Power Five or the PWIs, whatever you want to call them. Okay, put them in the same arena. Now I go back and I think about myself. What if I did not go to the Senior Bowl? What if I did not go to the Senior Bowl? Now, the Senior Bowl is supposed to be where all of the top seniors across the country, Texas, Penn State, Georgia, Florida, whatever you call it. This is where they go compete. And when I got there, When I got there, I competed to the point where, you know what? I told people when I got there, they were asking me where was Fort Valley. They were getting me confused with Jerry Rice. Is that where Jerry Rice went to school at? I said, no. Fort Valley is about 25 miles from Macon, Georgia. It's about 2 hours or so, some change from Atlanta. Oh, okay. But I tell you what, when I left that Senior Bowl, everybody knew what Fort Valley was. So all I'm saying is, people, that if you give these HBCUs athletes an opportunity to work that thing, that they will show you that they are worthy of a draft choice. All right. I am living proof. So every week I'm going to come in and I'm going to spotlight some things that really make you say, you know what? We as a whole, as a society, as a league, we need to work that thing and do better. And we as athletes need to work that thing and do better. And now I tell all athletes this, okay? If I had to give you a tip, okay, to make it, if you're in an HBCU, all right, here's my tip. If you want to make it to the league, you got to dominate. Yeah, you got to dominate. You got to dominate. Even though I was attending an HBCU school, I did not perform like a HBCU, like, hey, he's an HBCU athlete and they only play at this level. No, I was a football player. I just happened to go to an HBCU. So that's my tip to whether it's the NBA, you playing baseball, basketball at the HBCU, whether you playing football, you got to dominate. And you got to dominate to the point where it makes it look like you don't belong there. You got to dominate to the point where they're going to ask you, how did you get here? You know why I say that? Because that's what they asked me. How did you get to Fort Valley State? They try to figure out how did you slip through our hands? So again, all these athletes at HBCUs, you can make it. All right, you got to dominate. And all these owners and all these coaches in the NFL, the NBA, and Major League Baseball, y'all got to do better. You got to do better. All right. And if we work that thing together, we'll give everybody an opportunity to be successful. So that's my segment. Work that thing. In order to work that thing, you got to overcome obstacles that try to slow you down. It probably can delay you, but it will not deny you if you work that thing. And also get some supplements, because when you work that thing, you got to have energy, baby. So workthatthing.com. Go get you some protein. Go get you some collagen so you don't have to get them Botox shots. Just take your collagen. Work that thing collagen, all right? Pretty tight. But that's Work That Thing segment by Tyrone Poole. Thank you, Jonathan, Tree, and everybody. Thank you.
Tyrone, you said Thank you, Tyrone. Big tip. You said I got to run across the screen, guys. Tyrone says his number one tip if you want to be successful is not just play well, not just be on the grind, but to dominate.
Yeah, you gotta dominate.
Whatever you're trying to do. And also, remember, work that thing.
There you go.
All right, guys, listen, we'll be back with more. We got to wrap it up, some NFL talk, and we may be able to get a peek in from our good buddy, Mr. D. Orlando Ledbetter, but right now he's actually in Athens as several of his students are graduating right now from the University of Georgia, so kudos and congrats to him. He may peek in, but if not, it's okay, because we're going to work our thing. All right, guys, we'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Please. I feel like James Brown, baby.
The day has arrived. It's time to let more people know about your business. You have the right marketing plan and the messaging in place. But do you have the right messenger? Good advertising and promotions need a professional sound so the message can be clearly understood. Don't leave your brand image to chance. Let our team of voiceover experts at CME lend you a hand. Give us a call at 678-304-8121 to find out how we can partner with you to give your business its voice.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports. What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. Let me grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports. Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports.
Too much popping. I'm so sorry. All right, we're back here on the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons. Right next to me is the champion Tyrone Poole, and right next to both of us is the lovely Queen Tree Dolman. Well, before we talk football, it's kind of a football thing. So I got a chance to hang out with some of your comrades, Tyrone, some retired NFL players, as we watched the big UFC fight match. It was I don't know if do you guys watch any of that UFC? They really be
Yeah, I
brawling.
like it. I like it. I'll watch it when it comes on. Yeah.
Tree's face was like,
Yeah, I do not like seeing people get hurt, so no, I do not watch it at all.
well, you probably wouldn't have liked the third bout because it was actually two women fighting, and they had a young lady from China, and man, Tyrone, ooh, she has some speed, some hands, look like a movie. Bam! Next,
Movie.
knockout. Yeah, got the girl out there first round, man. She tried to come in, she deep to the left, deep right, boom, nighty night. Yeah, but a lot of fun getting together for a good cause. It was for pro players, and they do some stuff to give back in the community. They had another group there, Huddle 27, that also does a great job of mentoring young people. So it's great to be out there for a cause. And just like you said earlier, Tree, that's really kind of the crux of our program. We really want to try to point out the good things that are going on with former athletes and current athletes that people often don't really see or hear about. So we certainly appreciate you and Tyrone, for kind of spotlighting, kind of what's going on, because people, like I said, they just don't know. There's a lot going on out there. So, all right, guys, it's now time for football. It seems like it was yesterday. I was at the Super Bowl. Now it's like all of a sudden we're back here for a new season. And Tyrone, I want to get an opinion from you. So, what's it like that first year? Okay, you're drafted. You're with the Panthers, a relatively new team. What was it kind of like for you coming into that first rookie camp?
Yeah, let me ask you, Jonas. I want to jump the topic, but can I announce something? Because I know we may not be able to cover it before it happens, so maybe we could be the first to put it out there. Is that okay?
Let's get it.
Well, the NFL is releasing their schedule, right? They're releasing their schedule
Yes.
on Thursday. So I think that's a lot of things that people want to hear about. They don't want to hear about my days in Carolina. but no, I get back to that. We have time. But I just want to say that, there are a lot of things that this year's schedule is going to produce that is going to be like amazing. All right. They're going to have their first ever Black Friday game. The NFL, can you believe that? They're going to have their first ever Black Friday game for the first time ever. And the two teams playing in that game will be announced on May 10th, all right, by Amazon. All right. Of course, we know Amazon got that coverage. All right. There are going to be 5 games that are going to be played internationally. All right, this year. So the NFL are really trying to bump up their overseas exposure. So there are going to be 10 teams that will be playing in the international games. And I'm looking at it, it says CBS and Fox will both be unveiling several selected individual games on May 10th. The NFL is just big, man. It's just big. That's how big it is, that they have a primetime show to announce games being played. All right. So it's just phenomenal to see, what's about to happen. Of course, we know Kansas City is going to have the opening game that Thursday night because they are the champions. And Monday night will be changing. Monday Night Football will be changing. 2023 marks the beginning of the new media contract. Man, so much money in the NFL, man. That's why you see these contracts. They even going to get higher and higher, people. All right. There will be 3 Monday night double headers this year. All right, from last year, where they're up 1 from last year. And also, they're going to have a Flex Monday game in 2023 starting in week 12. Christmas Day, Christmas, all right? Everybody loves football on Christmas. Turkey and football, you can't beat it, all right? We're just missing John Madden. But Christmas is going to have a triple header that will be making history, all right? Teams that have, it says that teams can be given 2 Thursday night games, which the NFL owners approved that in March. And every home and away opponent for all 32 teams, let's see, they say, although we don't know the time, the dates, and any games yet this year. We do know the teams. Well, that's something. But anyways, those things that I just named, man, those are going to be. If you're a football fan, man, you can't wait for that to happen.
Well, you know why Tree is smiling, Tyrone? Because you know who's on the Falcons schedule this year, sir? The Detroit Lions.
And you know what? Speaking of those Falcons, I know Tree want to say something real quick, but the Falcons, looking at the strength of schedule, the Falcons got the weakest schedule of all 32 teams. Their combined opponents winning total is 119 wins, 167 losses, which brings it to a 41% winning rate. The toughest schedule for a team is, of course, the Philadelphia Eagles. Their combined winning opponents record is 161 wins, 123 losses, which is a 56%. And talking about those Detroit Lions, where are those Lions? Where are those Lions? Where are those Lions? Where are the Lions? 49%. Their strength of schedule is 49%. So they're ranked 20th out of the 32 teams.
Yes, but we are also the favorite, and everybody's picking us to win the division. Hey!
Yeah, Tyrone, listen, Tree is so hyped, she'll know what to do because, talking about the Falcons, one of the things that's already been announced, they are playing the entire NFC North. So they got to play, not only do they have to play Detroit, but they got to play her Vikings too. So she's hyped, bro. I mean, I don't know. We might, those little balloons, we have to have the extra rope. We might have to do that on Tree come football season because you don't know what to do. She's like, oh, I'm flying.
I'm excited. I can't wait for this season. And one thing I want to say to what Tyrone was talking about with the international games having 5 games on the schedule, I'm so happy to hear that it's finally happened. When my husband and I was over there in October of 2017, when the Vikings was playing the Cleveland Browns, that's one of the things that they were talking about is that they wanted to expand and have 5 games a season for the NFL teams to come over and play over there. So this is the first year that they'll be doing that. So that's really good. I think it's a great experience for a lot of the players. It's great for the fans and to grow the game. So I love it. And again, as you talked about, Jonathan, my Detroit Lions, my Minnesota Vikings, I'm just excited. And I did not know that the Falcons had the weakest schedule. So
they could go to the playoffs. They could go to the playoff Tree. They got the
maybe Jonathan might predict a schedule and a win-loss ratio that may actually work this year, Tyrone. Who knows?
I know, right?
I don't care if I'm mocked. I'm once again going all in on the Falcons for double-digit victories, and I believe they're going to get into the second round of the playoffs.
Ooh, second round. You have high hopes. Okay.
Right. Well, here's why. I'm thinking, okay, if they have a good shot to win the NFC South, which means regardless of who the wild card is, the game has to be played in the division champions' home field. So I'm thinking, hey, if they can get in, they can at least win one game, and then after that, who knows? So yeah, I'm thinking the Falcons 10-6 or 10-7 or 11-6. And so Todd has the question for both of you guys. Do you think the Falcons have done enough so far to basically do what we're talking about, be a team that can, go to the playoffs? Tree's already laughing. I don't know.
I did not laugh this time. I just smiled.
Tyrone's fighting back, laughed. He's like, yeah.
No, I'm not fighting back. Actually, I've seen teams turn it around. You mentioned Carolina earlier. Okay, my days in Carolina. My rookie year there, I think we finished 7-9. We started 0-5, and we kind of got that chemistry, got that offense. We were a defensive team up under Don Capers. He was a defensive coach, and we ended up finishing winning like 4 straight games and finished 7-9. Came back the next year, and we are 1 game away from the Super Bowl. Lost to the Green Bay Packers, who eventually went on and beat the New England Patriots, who beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in the AFC Championship. So those 2 expansion teams did well. So I say all that to say that, yes, I believe the Falcons if they get the chemistry, that's what it's all about. Winning is about chemistry. Winning is about doing your job. So if Arthur Smith and everybody Fontenay, they get those guys to understand and buy in, just do your job. That's not a cliche for the Patriots. I think that's a cliche for everybody. Just do your job. Corners, cover, linebackers, tackles, running back, run the ball, offensive line, block, quarterback, throw the ball to the right people, and coaches send in the right plays, and everybody execute. You will win. So yes, I believe if the Falcons have enough veteran leadership and enough vision and identity, which I believe Arthur Smith wants to establish, and I believe they will establish that this year. Yes, I do believe the Falcons will turn it around, just like we turned it around from 1995 to 1996. We one game away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I actually also believe that they are going to turn it around. You can tell, especially with them going hard to bring in Calais Campbell. And I know I keep talking about him coming here, but that's just because that's such a huge pickup for the Atlanta Falcons. And the type of caliber player that he is, he's going to bring that veteran leadership to the locker room, just like Tyrone was talking about. And he's going to make other players that aren't at that level, he's going to push them, and they're going to be great. And we all know defense wins championships. I say it all the time because it is true. So I just think the different moves that they've made, and of course, your guy Ritter, he's the quarterback. So I think that we're going to see some really good things from the Falcons this season, and I wouldn't be surprised either if they make it to the playoffs.
And I tell people this, don't get upset if you see the Falcons lose in the preseason, okay? The preseason don't mean nothing, believe me.
Nothing.
We went to the Super Bowl back-to-back, and we did not have a winning preseason record.
Yeah, I just think that this team is, it reminds me a lot of the Falcons team that went to the Super Bowl. It has that same kind of energy where there was a lot of pressure. I'm supposed to be pressure from the top saying, okay, you guys had a couple of years to kind of get this thing together. You've had 2 or 3 years of picking some decent draft picks. We expect to win. And even the team, the way it's set up, it kind of the same type of pieces. You're bringing in a guy, Bijan Robinson, that could give you the same type of play from the running back position you got from Devontae Freeman, a guy that was a great runner, but also was great in the open field and catching passes. In Ritter, you got a guy, obviously he's not at Matt Ryan's level at the MVP year, but he's a guy that so far in his college and those few games we've seen seems to know what to do with the ball, not turn the ball over. And Calais Campbell reminded me a lot of Dwight Freeney coming in here with a young Falcons team that has the potential to rush the passer, maybe bringing in some of that veteran leadership and to get them over the hump. So, yeah, I just think this team has got all the makings of a team that can make a deep run into the playoffs. I know last year I was off with my 10 wins, but, you know, it wasn't my fault. My boy Marcus Mariota kind of, I don't know what he did. But anyway, all that being said, we got to go. So, guys, you know how we do it. Before we leave the air, we always want to make sure that you know how to find out more about each and every one of our guests. So, Mr. Tyrone Poole, the champion, the floor is yours.
Hey, Tyrone Poole 38, all social media, and workthatthing.com. Let's do it. Let's get the body, get the mind right. Health and wealth, all right? Workthatthing.com. Thank you, guys.
Tyrone Poole, appreciate you, sir. Miss Tree Dolman, the floor is yours, and you're not Tyrone Poole. Let's fix that right now.
I definitely am not Tyrone Poole.
There she is, the queen.
Hello, everyone. You can find me on all social media at Purple Diva 13, as well as Miss America International 2022. Please go and sign up for our Go Great for a Cure 5K at runsignup.com/Go Great for a Cure. This is Brain Cancer Awareness Month, so I'm rocking my gray ribbon and hope you will join me in wearing gray as well. Bye.
We're going to put that up on the screen one more time. There it is, guys. Please find out more information about Going Gray for a Cure. Hi, guys. I'm actually a real life minister. And no, I did not get my license out of a box. I actually am a licensed minister with the Baptist Church. But, you know, when I come on the show, you know, I have to tell you guys about the thing that's most important actually in all of our lives, and that is a relationship with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I'm going to implore you, if you don't know him, please, ma'am, please, sir, get to know him today, because he's the only one that came here. He loves you. He died for you. He rose from the dead. And because of that, 2 great things if you repent of your sins. Number 1, you become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. And number two, you become an adopted child of God with all the rights therein. That means you now can go to God as a heavenly Father, ask him for anything that you need or desire, and he will grant it to you according to his will. And number two, you go to a happy place when you die called heaven. Everything is beautiful. You never get old. You never die. There's no pain. There's no bad people. And you avoid that nasty place called hell. All the things that are in heaven won't be in hell. So, I don't know about you, but I like option number one instead of option number two. All right, guys, until the next time that we see you again, we say God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your day. So long and good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.